Most sales advice sounds good until you try to use it in a real customer's home. You're sat across from someone, there's a serious decision in front of them. 10, 15, 20,000 pounds on the table. And suddenly, all of the usual advice starts to fall away. Build rapport, ask a few questions, present your offer. Now that sounds fine in theory, but in real life, it's incomplete. And that's why most sales coaching breaks down. Not because it's wrong, because it leaves out the part that actually matters when money is on the line. So in this video, I'm going to break down what the big name coaches get right, where they get it wrong, and what actually works when you're sat at the kitchen table trying to close your deal. Number one, emotions not created, it's uncovered. You've definitely heard this one. People buy on emotion and justify with logic. And to be fair, that's not wrong. But here's where most people mess it up. They hear that and think the job's to create emotion. So they push, they exaggerate, they try to get a reaction. And that's not how it works. Emotion isn't something you manufacture. It's already there. If the customer isn't feeling anything, it's not because they're a bad prospect. It's because you haven't found the real problem. Real emotion comes from things they've already lived through. Frustration, stress, inconvenience, wasted money, lost time, or discomfort they've been putting up with for months. Your job is not to drive hype. Your job's to go deep with that emotion so that it reveals itself. That's the difference between someone who sells and someone who diagnoses. Number two, rapport does not close deals. You'll hear this one all the time too. People buy from people they like. And again, that is true, but it gets totally misunderstood because what most salespeople do is this. They sit down, they talk about the football, they talk about holidays, and they try to make friends. They try to be liked. And then at the end of the conversation, they don't get the sale and they wonder why. Here's why. Rapport does not create decisions. Clarity does. You can have a great chat. You can laugh. You can get on really well with your prospect and still hear, I need to think about it, because liking you is not enough. No one spends serious money just because they like you. Rapport is a byproduct. It comes from understanding someone properly, from asking the right questions, from showing them that you actually get it, not from trying to be their mate. Number three, objections are symptoms. Now let's talk about objections because this is where most sales advice really falls apart. You'll hear things like handle objections, overcome objections, close harder. But here's the problem. If you're handling objections at the end of conversations, you're already too late. Objections are not the problem. They're the symptom. They're the result of a conversation that wasn't structured properly. A week by, no urgency, no clarity, no reason to move your prospect to buy. Take the classic one, I need to think about it. That does not usually mean they need more time. It means they don't have certainty yet. And that lack of certainty was created earlier in your conversation, not at the end. So instead of trying to fight objections at the top, your job's to remove them at the bottom, during the why, during the build-up, during the part of the conversation most salespeople rush through. By the time you get to the close, there should be nothing left to fight. Number four, the follow-up is not meant to be a rescue plan. You'll hear most sales happen in the follow-up, and there is some truth in that. But here's the issue. If you rely on follow-ups, you're just trying to fix a problem that was created much earlier, because a strong sales conversation reduces the need for follow-ups. Follow-ups should only be used for confirming details, answering small questions, and sorting out logistics. It should not be used to chase someone who still isn't sure about what they're doing. So if you're constantly chasing, you didn't build enough certainty in your earlier conversation. Number five, a sale is won in the conversation. So let's strip all of this back. Sales are actually simple when you remove the noise. Sales are won or lost in the conversation. Not the quote, not the follow-up, not the discount, the conversation. And every strong sales conversation follows a structure and framework that very few people use. You control the frame from the start, you build the why properly, you uncover the real emotion, you show the solution in context, and and you lead your prospect to a buying decision. Most people skip the why altogether, or they just rush it. They surface level it, and then they wonder why everything falls apart later. And that's why they hear, "You're too expensive. I need to think about it. We're getting other quotes," because the foundation was never built properly. Number 6. Here's the real problem, the uncomfortable truth. Most salespeople do not have a lead problem. They do not have a price problem. They do not even have a closing problem. They have a conversation control problem. Until that's fixed, nothing changes. More leads will not fix it. Better marketing will not fix it. More follow-ups will not fix it. So if you're hearing, "I need to think about it, it's too expensive, I'm getting other quotes," you do not need more leads. You need to fix your conversation. I've put together a free 16-minute training that breaks down this properly. Go and watch that next, and if you're serious about sorting it, book a call in my calendar below. We'll go through your sales process properly and discover exactly where it's breaking down.